let's do that. Hello. Okay. Thank you all for hanging with me. I have clearly found that I don't understand technology as much as I thought I do. And so we're going to record this Zoom session and we're going to share it with the church. And I hate that it's not live because I know people were excited about connecting and getting a chance to ask questions. So it'll just be us. And we're excited about this because we have a World Outreach Committee at our church who's challenged with helping us understand the whole global church. And so we came up with this idea to have some conversations with some mission workers just to learn about you all and hear about the amazing work you're doing. So why don't you all introduce yourselves and I'll let you all have the floor.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the stage and for the invitation. It's a pleasure for us to be here. My name is Emmanuela.
And my name is Fritz.
So we are mission co-workers that have been sent to Morocco by Global Ministries, which is the global outreach ministry of the Disciples of Christ and the United Church of Christ. So we have had this privilege to serve for 4 years in Morocco. Let me share our screen so you can see our little.
Yay.
All right. Do you see us? Do you see the screen?
I do. I see you.
Yes.
Good looking couple.
Yes, we are a couple, by the way, if you didn't know. So let's start.
Yes, we have been serving the church for a while, and in Morocco, we have been serving for 4 years. Now we are back in Canada, where we live, Emma and I. And this is a presentation of our work, our ministry, what we have been doing in Morocco on behalf of Global Ministries. We are going to present you.
Hold on.
There's a lot of plan. We're gonna talk a little bit about the country, the church, and the ministry, and after that, we're gonna answer some questions. The country.
Yes. So Morocco. This is a beautiful picture that we have taken while we were there. Morocco is situated at the northern part of Africa. It's the country at the crossroad of Africa and Europe. So at the top here, you can see that there is a sea that is separating Morocco and Europe, and it will be an information that is really important for to understand the impact of the ministry of the church where we were serving in Morocco. So a few images. This is a picture we took in Oujda during the African Week celebration in Oujda. And every country that was represented at this week had a presentation to do in front of everyone. And this one was the Moroccan one that was presenting the diversity in their culture.
Beautiful.
This is Rabat. Rabat is the capital city of Morocco, and this is a big city, nice city. There are a lot of foreigners that live in Rabat. It's a cosmopolitan city, and you can see it on the picture. It's really nice.
Yeah, most of the embassies also are in Rabat, so it's like a administrative city as well.
Some shepherd women somewhere in Marrakesh. Marrakesh is also a big city in Morocco. This is also where many tourists get to learn about the culture. And we were on the road and we saw these beautiful shepherd women. And you can see their face because it's private,
for privacy.
For privacy, but you can see them, and
It was inspiring to see
Yeah.
women working, women shepherds in Morocco.
Yeah.
So the church where we were partnering with is the Evangelical Protestant Church in Morocco, Église évangélique au Maroc. This church is mainly French speaking. Sorry, they speak French, most of the members over there. And this is also one of the reasons that my husband and I were sent there, because we live in Montreal. We speak French. We are also from Haiti, which where people speak French as well. And that's one of the reasons where the global ministries reached out to us to know if we were interested into working in this beautiful church called the Evangelical Protestant Church in Morocco.
Yes. And also this church has been planted by French people, French army, in 1907 when Morocco was under French control. And it was being planted by the army. The chaplains of the army, they partnered with the Reformed Church of France to have chaplains to go there to help the Christian soldiers. And this was the first idea. And then it became a church for everyone, a church for foreigners and by foreigners, because when you are Moroccan, you cannot be Christian. But now this church is for foreigners and by foreigners, and it has been there since 1907. And in 1958, when Morocco got its independence, they changed also the name of the church from the Reformed Church of France in Morocco to the Evangelical Protestant Church in Morocco, to make the separation and to let people know that the church is not independent also, as the country has been independent from France.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Wow.
Yeah.
So the church is present in 11 locations all over Morocco, from the south in Agadir to Oujda at the north. They have 11 established churches over there. And the church where we have chosen to serve in is in Oujda,
yeah.
Where's the circle at the top? And would you like to explain how we got to that decision?
Yeah, Oujda, as you can see, is at the northeast, the white top corner, and this is close to the Algerian borders. And this is also a gateway, or the gateway, for migrants who crossed over the Algerian borders to get into Morocco and try to get to one of these main cities, or to Tangier at the north, to cross to the Mediterranean Sea. And Oujda is the gateway. This is where women, men, all the refugees and migrants, they cross over Algerian borders, they come. And this is one of the reasons why we choose to serve, because we have been sent by global ministries to serve the church, the evangelical church, and the evangelical church as a big ministry, a big outreach ministry.
Yeah.
For migrants, welcoming migrants and refugees. And we choose that place because it's there are significant works to do there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the values of global ministries is that we have to serve where there is the biggest need. So we could have stayed in Rabat, the big country, where there's a big church, or Casablanca, where they have big churches, a lot of activities and things to visit. But at the same time, we know that this church in Oujda, this is where they had the most need. And also they have been without a pastor for 3 years or 4 years before we got there. So the fact that it's really far from the center of Morocco, not everyone went there to visit. Like the other churches, they didn't have like this, they couldn't go as much as they would like to Ujda, to support them, the fact that they don't have pastors and all of that. So when we got there, we sensed that they felt like abandoned, or that they really needed to have this attention or this love poured out onto them. So this is one of the reasons that we have chosen to serve in Ujda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
This is us. And this is we are at the train station in Ujda.
Yeah, in front of the train station in Ujda.
And this is the youth ministry. Now we are talking about the church. The church also has a membership. 90% of the members of the church are youth, young adults from 18 to 25. 90% are 18 to 25, as you can see on the, not 30.
Yeah, to 30.
18 to 30, as you can see on this picture. And they come all over Africa. They are foreign students. They come to study, to further their studies. And they are from like 40 different countries from Africa.
Yeah.
And we are called also to serve them, to work with them. And it has been a blessing. We will talk more about it. We'll talk more about it, and we will show you a picture of the local church in Ujda, and this is the local church in Ujda. When we started one of our first in-person service after the lockdown, and the authorities, the local authorities allow us to have in-person service. And as you can see, the church is located in a Catholic building, in a big cathedral. And we also do also partner with the Catholic Church, and we are welcome in their place to worship. We share the place together, and also we partner to welcome migrants and refugees in our work with the Catholic Church.
Exactly. How lovely. Wonderful.
So let's talk about our ministry.
Yeah.
Yes, we are a couple, but we have been sent to do 2 different jobs. So my main job was to coordinate the national communication ministry of the church. So I had to oversee the communication for all the 11 churches that you've seen earlier on. And when I got there, it was really like do you see us?
No, you disappeared.
We disappeared.
There you are. You're back. Yeah.
So when we got there, it was really like a virgin terrain, where I had to help them create a communication strategy, procedures, and all of that, so that they can have a ministry that works even if I wouldn't be there. That was my main goal, because Global Ministries really trains us into accompanying people and not
overtake them,
overpower them, and be like, this is what you guys should do and this is what y'all should do. But I really came with the vision of, what exactly do you want? What is the church about? So I took almost a year just to sit with them and understand the church, understand what people want, understand where they come from, so that I could work with them in creating a communication team that really flows and works, even though right now we have left. So right now they can work without me, and I'm really proud of them for doing beyond what I could imagine they would be doing. So the picture that you see here, it was one of our first training that we've done with leaders of all the churches in Morocco. we joined in Rabat so that we can have a whole weekend to train about communication, how to do videos, how to take pictures, how to manage the multimedia in your church and all of that. So it was really a great fellowship moment, but also it was really rich in all the information that was given and all the things that we've learned. And so, yeah, this is my main job as the communication coordinator. I have a team. I didn't do that by myself. I really made sure that I had a team that they are. I had a wonderful team. I had a
That's
wonderful
awesome.
team. They really love what they're doing. They love the Lord. They love to serve. And a lot of them were working full time, and they gave a lot of time into serving the church, which is amazing. And yeah.
Yeah, and also I want to add something. The communication as works in 3 levels. We have the local churches. Emma had to train them or to better their communication or to also express their needs. And we have the national connection between all the 11 churches. And we have also the international level, the global level, when the church has to communicate with partners like global ministries, with partners in Europe, in Africa, in the US, and all over the world. And Emma, as head of communication, has to do that with the team. And those, as she said, those people in this picture, they are the head of the local communication team. So they get to this training and go back to the local churches to train other people.
Their teams at home.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And during the pandemic, when the church has to go virtual. And everything had to be, we had to do this training for everyone, or to use Zoom, Facebook Live, everything. And Emma was in charge of this.
Yeah. So
That's
when
amazing.
it all started, we had to really, when the National Bureau decided, okay, we're going virtual and we're going to use Zoom. Not everyone is good with technology. Not everyone understands how things work. And now we had no choice because everything was closed, and we still had to do fellowship. And although we didn't know how long it would take, we still had to find a solution. So I created a whole manual to explain people how to set up their account with screenshots. I sent the manual to everyone. I think I spent like 2 months. Every day I had meetings with local churches to walk with them and train them into how Zoom works. And we created a lot of national programs as well during the pandemic, where we had the national, national,
worship service.
A national worship service every Saturday in the beginning. So all the churches came together, and for example, the pastor who was leading was from one church, and then another pastor from another church was preaching. The choir from a different church was singing. So it was really a great experience, although it was tiring at the end, but it was an amazing experience to see what we can do, although in the midst of this crisis. Yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, it really was. Another ministry that we started to speak about was the outreach ministry, the national ministry in the church. It's called CEI, Comité d'Entraide Internationale, the International Outreach Ministry, if we want to say that way. And one of my role was to be in the board of directors of this ministry. So they had 9 local bureaus, almost like the churches, but not all the churches had a team. So 9 churches out of 11 had a team that works in outreach for the different cities. And we have partnership with outside churches like global ministries. Some churches in Europe also were partners who were sending money for these programs. And the CAE, as the board, as a director in the board, we had to allocate the funds to the different local bureaus, depending on the needs and depending on the programs, because there are so many programs that the city has. They help with food baskets. They help with training as well. They have like professional trainings in some cities for migrants who want to learn a certain skills. It's not necessarily they won't necessarily have a program that they can bring in Europe and say like, hey, I had a certification for this program, but they still know new skills. For example, doing hair, mechanic, all of these things. We also help with medication. We help with accompanying migrants to the doctors, the hospital. They had a specific program for the minors, unaccompanied minors. And this program was specifically in Ujda, where in the church that you saw earlier on, we have
45 maximum capacity, but sometimes we go 50, 60 people.
60 people living in the church. You can explain more about this program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The CEI is, like Emma said, is the social service of the church, to say the least. And we live this Bible text, Matthew 25, where Jesus called talk about people. I was hungry, you feed me. I was a stranger, you welcome me. And this is really the spirit of it. And we welcome migrants. We give them everything we can give them, like clothes, food, attention, pastoral care, and also medical care, and professional training. And we do all this to the funding of our partners, global ministries, other churches in the world. And we are making this ministry is making a great difference in people's lives. And in the next slide, in this slide, you see Emma here with local heads, the same training they did with the communication and technical team. This is the same thing they did with the leaders of local teams, outreach teams. And this is what you are looking at on the screen.
Yeah, we went to, that was during a retreat that we did with the whole teams. And during that one specifically, we invited two social workers who could help us. Like, we were doing group therapy during this whole time, because it's really hard for them as well to receive all of the migrants and listen to all the stories. Sometimes the needs surpass all the capacity that we have. So it's hard for them as well to go through this on a daily basis. And most of them are there full time. So when we have those retreats, it's really a time where we can breathe and listen to each other and cry if we need to cry, and just be us during this time and not be the ones who are serving. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And this picture really exemplifies, if I can say it, what this ministry is doing. Is making a difference in people's lives. And this picture has been taken in one of our storage units in Ujda. And Emma was talking about Ujda lately. In Ujda, we welcome non-accompanied minors. And we can welcome, we have a maximum capacity of 45. We can have 45 of them, but sometimes we get overflowed at 60, 80, and we just let them in the church and help them in the church, because the church has a big building. We show it earlier. And yeah, this is one of the storage box where we have clothes. We also have for foreign students. As I mentioned earlier, the church has 90% of foreign students, and we also ask them to help and serve, and they bring clothes, food, anything they can get and to give to the church. And all those things go directly to the migrants and they benefit from them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as you can see on this picture, this is a picture of a lot of migrants. They are left alone in the city. They are literally left alone.
Mhm.
There's no big programs for them, and this also this is also one of the aspects that give the church
Relevancy.
relevance and presence also. The ministry of presence, the church is really present with them. And this is why also the government, the authorities, they accept the church. They let us do a lot of things because they know that we are doing part of their job, and they really like it, and they know about it, and they really like what we are doing. And yeah.
Wow.
We have. Do you have any question?
No, I'm just amazed. I'm amazed.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Before 2018, the migrants were mostly men. From 2018, we don't know what had happened, but we started to see
the rise of women,
women with children,
pregnant
women, a lot of women, and we had to build new programs for them, new programs for mothers, left alone mothers, monoparental moms. And the church is doing an amazing work over there.
Yeah.
It's a really full-time ministry.
Yeah.
It's a full-time ministry, and there are a lot to do in this area.
Are these people, is their ultimate goal to go to Europe? Are they just trying to find a safe space to land?
Most of them, not to say all of them, their main goal is to go to Europe. Because this is Kenyan. This is where they have to be. We've spoken with so many of them during our time in Morocco, and sometimes they explain to us the journey they've had for them to just arrive in Morocco. Some of them had to walk from country to country. Some of them had to stop in some countries to work because they have to pay in order to cross over to another country. We've learned stories about women, for example, who were business owners in their country. They were doing fine, and then someone called them from Morocco, from somewhere else, and they were like, if you come to Morocco, I have a way for you to get to Paris easy. You just have to pay this amount of money. Those people took plane to come here. And then when they arrive here, they see that their money was completely lost and they're stuck. They're stuck here. And now people who were doing fine in their country are now in a foreign country where they don't even have enough money to go back home. And this is just one story among many and many stories.
And also, most of them are people who were displaced also in their countries by war, poverty, or political persecution. Most of them also are, a big part of them are displaced people. Displaced and trying to find a safe spot, a safe place. They used to say, we just want to live. We just want to live. And they are trying to do it. And a big percentage are trying to go to Europe, but it's not easy. We will talk about it in the next slide. It's not easy because they are trying to cross over the Mediterranean Sea. And for them, it's like the White Sea when the Israelites left Egypt and they're trying to go to Canaan, to the promised land. For them, Europe is like this promised land they want to reach to. And they are trying to go to the sea, but unfortunately, the sea didn't part for them. And also the borders controlled. It's really strict. Violent. Yeah, they are really violent. They are really strict. They are. We have witnessed brutalities and stuff that we cannot talk about, but it's hard. It's hard to be there and to see, to live it every day. and mostly in summertime because the weather is better. But every day people are trying to cross over, and those who can't cross over to Europe, they stay in Morocco trying to find a place to live, trying to find a way to live. And this is why we have professional training for them, so they can find a way, find little jobs to do, and to take care of themselves and of their families back home.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a personal question for both of you. I'm curious, and maybe it's Pastor Fritz especially. I'm just curious of how your own family story of being an immigrant, of a Haitian immigrant to Canada, how does that impact your ministry as you work with other migrants, of both of your old story? Does it shape your ministry?
Yeah, this is a great question, because I can relate at some points. I can't relate being a foreigner, didn't know nothing about Canada, and I had to come as a teenager and learn the country. I was privileged to come as a foreign student, but I was still a stranger. But for them, this has helped me to know that when you are a stranger in a foreign country, it's not easy. You need people to welcome you, to show you the way, to take care of you, because you are in on uncharted territory, a place where you have never been before, and you are vulnerable because you have no rights legally. Well, I'm speaking for them. They have no rights. They don't exist. They don't exist, and they call them the ghost.
Wow.
The ghost. And when we talk about ghosts, we either fear them or we don't see them. And they call those migrants the ghost. The ghost of Morocco. And so we don't see them in society, or we are afraid of them. And this is what it is. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We are.
You can go ahead.
Okay. On this, you can see this flatboat. They are trying to cross over, and this is not an unusual event. This is happening every day. Every day. And the sad part of it, many of them died. Many. Every day people are dying in the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah. And this is one way they have, or the only way they have to escape Morocco, or escape shame, poverty, everything that they are running from, and trying to get where they want to, in this better place. And some of them never made it. Some of them never made it.
And they have to pay to be on that boat that you see, right?
They have to pay. It's not free.
It's
not free. Okay. This is, you see some food. We talk about the food we give in the church to the ministry, throughout the ministry. And in our program in Ujda, we have a meal every day for minors, non-accompanied minors. And they have breakfast, lunch, dinner. And this is all being funded by partners, by foreigners, foreign funds. And this is an activity also in the church where we had to eat, and we just want you to see it, not just hearing about it.
Hear about it. Yeah. Another program that they have is the scholarship. Oh, we did the mistake. A scholarship program that they have for foreign students who are they have financial problems in the country, and this is this is helping a lot of students to finish their programs as well, through the Syria ministry. This is also funded by global ministries. Particularly, they really they invest in that program, particularly because they want to make sure that students who come to the country to study can leave with their diplomas and not be stuck with not having enough funds in a country that is not their own. So that's a great program as well that they have. Locally, I was also very invested in the women ministry. This was in 2018, I think. Yeah, where we all dressed with the same tissue. And it was really a great celebration where all the women could just put out their talents, dances, songs, food. And it was really great, especially in a continent where the woman is not celebrated as much as they are here in America. It was really empowering and freeing for them to be able to express themselves during that time. And it's not only during that time that we had this program, but we really accompany them throughout the whole time that we were in Ujda. And yeah, mentoring young women, making sure that they have people someone to listen to speak to, because a lot of them came to Morocco at 18, 17, they're kids. They have never experienced being alone, so they finish their studies, their parents sent them to Morocco. They don't know how to manage life as an adult, and when they come here, a lot of them miss their moms, they miss their dads, so they really see us like their parents, and they call us if they have some needs, and we're there to protect them as well. We're there to shelter them and mentor them and accompany them in this walk of life. So that was really an honor to serve in that.
And as you can see on the screen,
Pastor got into it too.
Yeah, he got into it.
Yeah. And there is something special about this picture, because they used to call me the selfie pastor, because I was close. This is part of my ministry. I was close to people. I was really close because in African cultures, like pastor, priest, they are really distant. Some of them are really distant from the people. And I choose to be different in that way. And taking a picture with these young ladies also not only show that we are close to them, they really appreciate it. And also we have seen that these help them build self-confidence. A lot. They say, we are taking a picture with the pastor and his wife, blah, blah, blah. And they are really proud and they like it. And everywhere we go, we were, Emma and I, we were taking pictures, selfies with the people. And, also they talk about what we have the Western privilege, because we are from Canada. And so they... everywhere we go, they are like, okay, they are from global ministries, they are from Canada, and people really like this when we take pictures of them, and it was part of the ministry too.
Yeah, to be close to them.
Yeah, to be close to them, to be present, to be there, and to take some pictures also. This brings joy and hope and laughter, so it's part of the ministry.
Yeah. It's a beautiful picture. I love the light.
Thank you.
And a lot of members of the church before we got there, they left church because they weren't feeling seen, or they weren't taken care of per se. And when we got there and we started to be close with people, the word got out, and some people came just to see, like, is it real? Is this really something happening here? And they came, and we saw so many success stories of people who quit the church and who are now responsible, or a leader of a ministry, or as people who people thought that they would never come back to church, and when they came back, they were like, what is he doing here? Or what is she doing here? And it was part of us being present in the community and close with people. We always had boundaries, but we still had this closeness with people to make them feel seen and heard, and that was really important for us to be that way.
Beautiful.
And this is the youth ministry. I was
The
national youth ministry. I was for the last year, I was the chaplain of the National Youth Ministry. And also Emma was part of the National Women.
The National Board for Women
Ministry.
Yeah.
So we serve at different levels in the church. And this is this picture has been taken in Casablanca in 2019 before COVID. So we see we are close and we are not wearing masks. I was a chaplain, and my role was to accompany, to be there with the national boards of the youth ministry, and we also had leadership training for them, leadership empowerment, and as a chaplain, I provide also pastoral care for mainly the board, the youth committees. We have the National Youth Committee, and we have also 11 teams, 11 local teams. So I was the chaplain for them. And also, if there is a problem or an issue, I need to get to mediate or to relate to the youth pastor, to local youth pastor. And I work with them doing trainings and camps and activities to help them help them discover their gifts and calling. And it was a great ministry. It was a great experience also to be with all these people from all over Africa. And also I'm from America also. Because we have Haitian, some Haitian there, and people from 40 different countries from Africa, and finding unity, joy, peace, laughter together. It's a big job.
It's a big job.
It's a big job to find unity, to keep unity, because they are not only from different countries, but they are also from different tribes, and tribalism still exists over there. And to see in the church, in Jesus Christ, we are one. It's a wonderful thing.
Wow.
And this was when the Disciple Women came to Morocco in 2019. 2019. I was in charge of coordinating their trip all over Morocco. So I was with them for the whole trip. Fritz accompanied us for part of it. And this is when we were in Marrakesh at a restaurant with the president of the National Board of Women's Ministry. She was there. She's currently in Marrakesh. So the group of women wanted to spend time with her to encourage her, let her know that they're with her, listen to her struggle, and to learn more about the women ministry here. And it was really an empowering moment, full of joy. That was some great time. And this picture was with the owner. The owner of the restaurant saw us and he wanted to take a picture with us to make sure that he's here too.
Love that.
Yeah. All right.
And this is us. On the top of the Atlas Mountain.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And this is us, and we have been there. We have been serving this tremendous church. We have been doing this wonderful church and doing this tremendous work on behalf of Global Ministries over there. And really, it's been life-changing.
Definitely.
We have been changed by this. live differently, we see God differently.
Mhm.
It has a great impact on our faith, our life, and the way we interact, the way we manage our resources.
Mhm.
Because over here in North America, we have plenty of resources. We live in abundance, and somewhere there are people who have not all that we have here.
Mhm. Mhm.
And this experience has been a great experience for all of us. And thank you for letting us sharing this with
Sure.
you also.
Yeah.
It's been so wonderful. I really appreciate you all taking this time. And just a real quick question. Really, what would, if you could tell us one thing, this church in Western Kentucky, what do you think you want? What do you want us to know? Or how can we pray for you all? What do you want us to know?
It's a really nice question. We want you
Okay.
to know that no matter where we are, no matter who we are, there is always a way to make a difference in the world.
Mhm.
And as the church, this is part of our calling, to be light, to be salt, and to be witness of the gospel of Jesus Christ all over the world, where we are first and all over the world.
Mhm.
And this is what Global Ministries and the Disciples Church of Christ and the United Church of Christ has been doing to Global Ministries. And yeah, we are glad to be part of it. If you want to pray for us, pray for the ministry, pray for not only for disciples of Christ, Global Ministries, but also for other mission co-workers that are doing tremendous work all over the world on behalf of us, of the on behalf of the church.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And also, we would like also y'all to know that serving looks different from one person to the other.
Mhm.
What we have done going is something life changing for sure. But the people who were praying at home for us, they did a tremendous job, because it's not something that it's easy for someone to leave everything and go establish oneself to another country for 4 years. It's not easy. So everybody can do something in the big mission work.
Mhm.
And whether it's prayers, like my husband said, or whether it's by sending gifts, whether it's just by going there if you can. Global Ministries has so many other programs. You don't have to be to go for 4 years in missions. Sometimes if your church wants to organize a trip for let's say 1 week, that's something that can be done. If you want to go for 1 year, if you want to go for a summer, there are a lot of programs that are available for you to be able to serve. And the work that is done there changes lives, not only theirs, but ours as well. And yeah, this is one thing that I think would be nice for y'all to know as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really I want to be respectful of your time, but I really you've inspired me just listening to your stories, and I just pray God's blessing upon you both, and just the
Amen.
continued work that you do. It's a lot on your
Amen.
shoulders, and I hear that just listening to the stories. And I just pray for
Mhm.
you all to stay strong, and for wisdom and guidance and protection throughout it all. It sounds amazing what you're doing. So thank you for representing the church for all of us.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And tell Reverend Marco Cable I said hello. We went to college together. We are old friends.
Okay.
So make sure he takes good care of you out there in Morocco.
You will tell them.
Yeah. God's blessings to you all. I hope someday you can come in person to First Christian Medicine-ville. We would love to welcome you.
That would be a pleasure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes,
Would like it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You all take care. Thank you for putting up with our technology woes tonight.
It's a pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah.
God bless you.
All right.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.